Hey everybody, it's Misty from Lily Rose, and today I'm going to work on a video with you guys because I am pretty creative, but I wouldn't say that I do, look at how gray my hair is, I wouldn't say that I do a lot of crafts, but I've started to watch some videos about making like different types of centerpieces and wreaths and bouquets, and today I'm going to do one that I got the florals for here locally in Grand Island. So if you're from here, you know I don't have a lot of choices, and it was around $30 to get what I got, but I think I'm going to be able to make three things. I'm going to start with a centerpiece, and I'm going to show you here in a minute what we're going to do, like a low centerpiece so you can have it on your table. You can see over it if there's people eating at the table with you. And we're going to do whites and some dark burgundies and greenery, so it would be good for the holiday season as well. So the first thing that I did was, the flowers. I'll show you those in a minute. I got some spray roses. I got some white ones and some burgundy ones. Those were $4.99 each package. And then I got a dozen like really dark burgundy carnations, which are really pretty. Then I got 6 large football mums, which are white. And then I got some tiny white carnations. Those were $3.99. The mums were $1.88 a piece at Super Saver carnations. So all together, and then with the greenery was about $30. All of that I got at either Super Saver on 5 Points or at Hy-Vee here in Grand Island. Then I also, for later when we do a wreath, I did stop and get some greenery bundles at Earl May, and those are $8.99 a piece, but they go a long way. I used them for my planters out front and everything. So I bought a bunch of white pine, some incense ones, and so we'll use that if we need to in this. I don't think we'll need to. And then we'll use some, I'm planning on doing 3 projects with the amount of product that I bought. So about $30 in grocery store flowers and $8.99 a bunch. So I got 3, so like $28, $29 with tax of holiday greens. But I'm going to do a small centerpiece, a big centerpiece, a wreath, and I probably would have things left over to do even more. So we're gonna do this together and we'll see what it looks like. So the first thing that I did was I went to Hobby Lobby because they have by the foam, let me grab it. By the flower foam and the flower arranging supplies, there's the green stuff that you see in the bottom of usually artificial plants, but sometimes in floral arrangements. Make sure that you get the one that says wet foam, because since these florals are alive, they're gonna need water to stay alive. And everything that I got should have a pretty good life, like a week, hopefully 2 weeks, maybe. But I'll keep you updated as to that. So this is called wet foam. And what you do is, I took it, and now this is really heavy, but I cut it into 3 pieces. It was a brick. I filled this Tupperware up. You don't push the bricks down and submerge them. You just set them in there into the water and they soak it up. Use room temperature water because that's what's best for flowers. So I made it into 3 because, like I said, this is the container. This is not the ideal. I went to Home Goods here in Grand Island. No vases left. I obviously have vases, but I wanted something cool. This, which looks like a giant candy dish and is only that depth, is what we're gonna try to make our first arrangement out of. I know it seems a little different, but we're gonna try it and see if we can make it work. So yeah. And so at some point, oh, there's my TV. If you ever hear like a dog barking, it's because I have 2 of them, golden doodles. They're actually a golden doodle and an Aussie doodle, and everything that they see, they bark. If you hear a child come out, that's because I have 2 of them. Anyways, so let's try this. So I'm gonna scoop this and show you. So this is the dish that I got, and then I'm gonna move my florals. this is a stem of the burgundy carnations, super saver, $1.28 a piece. They're bigger. Then the football mums, again super saver. They're that big. These were $1.88 a piece. I grabbed most of the big ones, sorry. These are spray roses that are white. Hy-Vee for a package. There's 3 branches with all these little buds. $4.88, I believe. And then I got red ones of that as well. And then just some little tiny, and some of them are broken. Little tiny carnations, $4.99 Hy-Vee. Red spray roses. Hy-Vee, $4.99 for 3. And then the nice lady at Super Saver Florals, I asked if I could look through her greens for when she does arrangements, and I was able to, and I got some seeded eucalyptus, which is like airy and nice. And then I don't know what this is called. It looked hardy, and there was quite a bit. So if any of you know what it's called, but yeah, so we'll be able to use that in our arrangement. So I have those all in vases, which I'll set pictures of. Anyway, so we're gonna start with this. And the first thing we're gonna do is put water in it, probably. But I'm gonna set one of these blocks. So the block is wet. If you can see, it's making an indentation. And you're doing this with me. I haven't done this before, so I've done regular floral arrangements and bouquets, but I've never done anything like this. So I'm gonna take it and scoot it out even further. Now I have flowers in my face. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna start with our greenery. So I'm gonna start with these like sturdy plants. Don't know, again, I don't know what they are. And just take my scissors and we'll just trim it down a little, and then I'm gonna push it into this, and then we'll start working it around. This is nice, I got this because I can spin it since I don't have a Lazy Susan. So we can see what it looks like from all angles, since if it's at the table, then everyone who is there with you will be able to see it as well. And so, see how it has leaves all the way down? That's awesome, because then we can use all of that. So this one might be a little long. And if you need to, like if you don't want all those leaves on there, just pull them off. It's not gonna hurt anything. And then we'll stick this kind of in there. See how it's starting to, and then we'll use those really sturdy branches for balance, because it's always more appealing to the eye when there's balance. And sorry, hopefully I won't cuss during this. If you ever hear me cuss, I do cuss. Sorry for anybody who doesn't like that. I don't think I'm gonna use that. Anyways, let's grab another, as everything goes everywhere. So there's another stem of the variegated, and this makes it really easy. This wet foam. And then we're just gonna stick it in there. So see, and so I'm still missing this stuff. This is bare, but I can spin it and see what I need. Yeah, this is really interesting stuff. Okay, so now that I have some of those for my base, I am going to start putting in, I might do because the eucalyptus is like super airy and really delicate, like if you can see that stem. So I'm gonna probably do that last. I'm gonna do some of the football mums because they're like super big, and that way we can fit some in here. So we're gonna take off all the leaves. Now with this foam, we'll probably have to put water in the base of this, and you always want to use room temperature water, and then it will just soak right back up into this foam, just like it did to make it, it's all the way soaked through. So it'll keep the plants really, really healthy. And then, you know, if it starts to look sad or anything like that, we can just put a little bit of tap water, room temperature, into this, and that'll just eventually, when it's drier and it has room for more moisture, it'll just suck it up. So like this is too long. So again, we're just gonna work with this here, and you can put stuff in at an angle, so like this. And again, it's all gonna depend on like, what do you want it for? What is your arrangement gonna be for? So right now, we just have that. We're gonna put in a few more stems. And this one might be too long. So again, we're working with balance. So we have greenery on the bottom, 2 of the football mums here on the sides. It's looking good. And then since my carnations are a little bigger, I just dropped one on the floor. Those are beautiful and like dark burgundy red. Sorry for that noise. I think I'm gonna just like, I cut that in half, but I think I'm gonna start making this stuff shorter. So, because we're gonna have to cover this whole thing so you can't see what is going on here. So that looks good. And just strip the leaves, strip them, and cut. Thank you so much to everybody who's been like watching along and who's supported our business by purchasing subscriptions or just even asking questions, commenting, liking, sharing. We're at almost 1,000 likes so far, and it's amazing because we've bought a lot of stock for next year, and we're super excited. More comes every day, and we're almost done with everything that needs to be planted, and then we'll go on to start seeds indoors like lisianthus. I'm gonna start ranunculus in February indoors. So, you know, it's kind of like a whole year thing. Like we may only be open 8 months out of the year, but for us, it's every day we're doing something that involves planting or planning, responding to you guys as much as we can. So anyways, this is what it looks like right now. And I probably will have my son or husband speed this up so you guys don't have to watch me fumble around with this. I would love to know, like, I know I've asked before on my Facebook page or on the Lily Rose Facebook page what your guys' favorite colors are. I'm like really, I love that people love like colors and stuff. As you can tell probably by my choices, I'm pretty like basic. I like monochromatic. I like simple, but I love to do colors too and I'm sure that, you know, I'll grow to like all of that stuff too as I do more of it. And it's just a personal preference. I know one of you out there said that carnations are one of your favorites. That's also one of my mom's favorites, and I used to make fun of her for it. I think that carnations got kind of a bad rap in the 80s and stuff, you know, for corsages, and you just kind of always thought of them as like a cheaper option or whatever. But there's so many beautiful ones out there, and you can get them in pretty much any color, so you don't need to spray paint them. Walmart. I went to Walmart to also because I thought, well, let's look at all my options as to where I could get fresh flowers. Obviously, if you're from here, you know, like Walmart, you know, in the spring they'll have tulips or whatever. They're always going to be single tulips. They're like $4.88 for 6 or whatever. But they're not going to be the kind of quality that you're going to get here with us. So if you look here, it's filling out. We're doing some spray roses now. Some of the burgundies. So I've used 1 stem out of 3 of spray roses, and I still have 2 buds left. So I'm gonna take that off, and since those are pretty short, I might put those together here. Anyway, so I'm gonna start filling it in. See that? Okay, so now that we have a lot of whites, let's put in some of the red spray roses. So I'm gonna take this is what 1 stem of spray roses look like. So there's 3, 4 that are open, there's 2 on this that will open, and there's 1 that probably just broke off at Hy-Vee. So again, you don't want to leave a lot of foliage or leaves down in your bouquet, especially when it's filled with water. It just leads to problems and usually leads to your plants not lasting as long in your vase. So it's just not the best idea. So that's why you'll always see us like stripping the leaves off as best we can. So this one is basically just buds, but we're still gonna use it because it'll probably open. Either way, it's good. So we got that. And the rest of these are pretty short. And you just basically, again, this is pretty awesome. I watch a lot of YouTube videos from people who do a lot of these, and I've learned so much from them. And the lady that I usually watch, her name's Ashlyn. Can't remember what her last name is, but I will let you guys know because she's amazing. But she's gotta live in California, or yeah, I'm pretty sure she lives in California. So she has access to fresh flowers all of the time at their huge flower markets that they have. And she does a lot of videos about Trader Joe's and like how she goes to the gym, and then after she's done, she stops at Trader Joe's to get groceries, and she shows, like, she takes her phone into Trader Joe's, and there's just like buckets and buckets and buckets of like awesome flowers, and they're cheap. You know, like if we have that here in Grand Island, like I wouldn't need to start a business like this because you guys would have access to all of that all of the time. But I mean, she went in there and was getting like big bouquets of ranunculus and all kinds of things that I'm gonna grow, and it was like $4.99, just giant, like it was crazy. And yeah, so if you can see, I'm gonna try to scoot this back. My shirt says support Plant Parenthood, by the way. Anyways, so as you can see, we can still see the green down there, and that's going to be something that we're going to fill in with greens, but it's starting to come together. That's what it looks like from the top. So I think we're going to put another couple of these big spider mums or football mums, which I am going to plan on. I'm not a big mum fan in general. I think that we again, what we have here, what we see usually is, you know, at fall, the little tiny mums, and they're fine. I'm just not a huge fan, but these are huge, and there's ones that are so cool that we are gonna plant, and they'll be available in fall. We're probably gonna order them from King's Mums, the seeds, and they'll be ready in like probably end of September, October, November, depending on the weather. I mean, there's beautiful reds and oranges and all the colors that you want in the fall, but then there's also super amazing like corals, and that's like apricots and corals, and those are my weakness right now. So, and I always love a good white flower as well. So you can see that is starting to look a lot better. And if you get your flowers and you see things, just delicately take them off, you know, because they're just from the grocery store again. So, and when you cut the stems off of your flowers, I usually do it at an angle, and it won't be as easy with this type of bouquet when we're using like foam, but for normal bouquets and bouquets that you'll get with our flower subscriptions, what we'll tell you to do is every day, if you can, go into your bouquet, lift them out of the water, make a fresh cut on all the stems at an angle, refill, take your water out, clean up your vase, refill it with fresh room temperature water. Some flowers like the preservative, which we'll provide when we sell as well, if it is a flower that likes that. Otherwise, that keeps them alive like days longer. One of the other goals that we have is to only sell flowers that have a really decent vase life, so that way your flowers last and you're not stuck with a bunch of dead flowers the next day. So the other thing, some things just don't last though. Like dahlias, love them, but their vase life 5 to 7 days, that's on my lower end of what I would like to see. But I mean, we're gonna grow dahlias because they're amazing. So anyways, I'm gonna grab, because I don't think we've done any of these. This is one stem of the little tiny white carnations. I again got these at Hy-Vee for $3.99, and there's 4 stems of these. So there's, I mean, they're pretty little, but we're just gonna stick those in here. And we're probably gonna need more red because I'm getting kind of white heavy here. And if you wanted to, I don't know if I will, but if you wanted to, you could put some of the greenery, like the Christmas type greenery in here, which we could do if we need to kind of fill out that bottom part. And then you could have, you know, some of the cedar like hanging over, and that would provide like a wonderful smell. Sometimes, you know, like having candles and things by where you're gonna eat isn't always a good idea, since a lot of your taste is related to smell. So it might not be a good idea if you're gonna have it on your dinner table or something like that, to have those types of things. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm just kind of building this, and if you hear stuff, it's because our washer is going, because my child spilled soy sauce on her white shirt today. And this one, I feel like I'm gonna take out because it's too long. These mums are a little more difficult because the stems are pretty thick. Okay, so as you can see, which I might, now that I see it from the back, I'm gonna take this one out, maybe, and try to make it equal to the other side. So we have, again, balance is always what pleases the eye. And actually, psychologically, numbers of 3, like odd numbers, are more pleasing to the eye as well. Anyways, so I might put a little bit more red in there. But you can see how already it's turned into awesomeness. So let's take a couple more of the large carnations, fill in, because if you're looking at this from the top, it is a little sparse. So we're gonna take some of these, pop them in, and make that shorter. You just want to make sure that you're getting it into the foam, or that you're putting some other sort of water in there. So that's what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to try to put some of these eucalyptus in here. I don't know if this is going to work, guys, because this flower foam's kind of hard and these are pretty dainty. Oh no, it'll be fine. I'm just gonna do 4 of those, so like at each corner, maybe 5. Yeah, I'll probably do 5. And then last one, which is pretty big, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't know. Again, this is all like objective as to what you like. I don't like that. It's too much. It's hard because this is pretty. I just made that a smaller one. All right, I'm gonna move all of this. And we could probably put that in there. All right. I don't know about that. All right, guys. So this is what it looks like. So you can see these are eucalyptus. There's the football moms. And that's what it looks like. And I will take some pictures of it. I'm gonna set this back over here. Sorry. Okay, try to show this to you better. And I'll also do some pictures. So if you were sitting across the table from me and this was in the center, I can obviously see you across. And this is what it looks like all the way around. If you wanted to add something more, you could add some more greenery down at the bottom. But I think this looks pretty cool, just like this. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that and know that you can do amazing things with even just local things at the grocery store. If you ever, because I don't have any flowers right now of my own, if you ever want me to do a bouquet and provide me with like a vessel or something and an amount that you'd like to spend, I can always do that for you. I'd be more than happy to. So yeah, just keep sharing our page. And really this $30 for all of that. So yeah, thank you guys.